All right, so welcome back to this one. This one says, find the factors and roots of the quadratic equation whose roots have a sum of 14 and a product of 48. All right, very important. So solution. So for us to tackle this problem, we need to have this general formula in mind, that s squared minus into sum of roots times x plus product of roots equal to 0. Now, sum of root has already been given to us here as what? 14. And product of root has already been given to us as 48. Therefore, x squared minus 14x plus 48 is equal to 0. So this is nothing but the quadratic equation. All right? This is that quadratic equation whose sum of root is 14 and whose product of root is 48. Now, what they're asking us here is to find the factors of this quadratic equation, and again, to find the sum, and to find the roots of this quadratic equation. So what we're going to be doing now is to factorize this quadratic equation. So to factorize, the coefficient of this s squared is nothing but 1. Therefore, 1 times 48 will give us 40. Now, the whole of this, which is 1s squared times 48, gives us 48x squared, so that when we look for the factors of this, now we're going to look for the factors of this 48, that when we multiply, we're going to have 48s squared, but when we add or subtract, we're going to have the middle number. All right. So, but therefore, the factors of this 48s squared, that when multiplied gives us 48s squared, and when added or subtracted gives us minus 14, is nothing but 8x and 6x. Actually, minus 8x and minus 6x. All right, so minus 8x and minus 6x, such that this minus 8x times minus 6x gives us minus 48x squared, and minus 8x minus 6x gives us minus 14x. So we're going to use these two numbers to represent or to replace the middle term. Hence, we have that x squared minus 6x minus 8x plus 48 is equal to 0. All right, so we're going to factor out. Now, we're going to, these two terms here, now this and this, we're going to factor out what is common. And what is common here is nothing but x. Therefore, x into x divided x squared, we have x, minus x divided minus 6x, we have nothing but minus 6. Now, what is common in here is actually 8. Sorry, it's actually 8. 8 is actually common there. Therefore, we have that this is 8 into 8 divides, or rather minus 8 rather. So minus 8 divide minus 8x, we have nothing but plus x. And minus 8 divide plus 48, we have minus 6 equal to 0. So now, since this and this are the same, both in signs and in magnitude, we are going to take 1. Therefore, we are going to take out x minus 8. Hence, x minus 8, put it in one bracket, take one of these, which is x minus 6 in one bracket, equal to 0. So at this point now, remember what the question says. The question says to find the factors. All right, the question says to find the factors and the roots. Now, at this point now, the factors of this equation now. Factors of this equation are x minus 6 and x minus 8. All right, so these are the factors, x minus 6 and x minus 8. Now, what about the roots? The roots are that x minus 6 is equal to 0, or x minus 8 is equal to 0. Therefore, x is equal to 6, that's x1, and x2 is equal to 8. Therefore, the roots are 6 and 8, and the factors are x minus 6 and x minus 8. I hope that makes sense. So please go through it, do well to take the notes, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.